My oh my, what has been going on with the Resilient Jenkins lately? I tell you, always something with them clowns, isn't it? So Drew made a video, a rather boring video. He's talking about the Jetta, calling the Jetta she, like this is just his baby. I don't know, something about a sensor went out or something. And now moving on from that though, we all know that Stephanie put Drew up to this whole video. Because then he's clearly looking down, reading something the entire time he's speaking. It appears he's reading something. He's definitely looking at something because he's not looking at the camera. He's looking down. So he has to tell us, actually Stephanie had him to tell us, that Desiree did not pay $50 for an Uber to pick up Deshawn. She asked Drew for the money for an Uber, and of course, he didn't have it. Well, why wouldn't you have this money, Drew, especially when it comes to being for the transportation of your child? Let's see. Well, Stephanie we know she recently bought this cheap splash pad, put it outside of the motel, the shelter. Technically, the shelter, yes. And we see the kids playing with this splash pad, and the girls are having fun. Deshawn's there. Stephanie's wearing shorts and a sweater as she tiptoes around on this. Drew, wearing no shirt, disgusting, comes behind her, grabs her, more of this forced PDA, we all know behind the scenes. She's, Drew, you're going to be showing me some PDA in these videos because I made a video trashing you, a sub-only video, so now I need to fix all that, and we need to pretend we're this happy couple. Disgusting. And Stephanie, takes the baby on the splash pad, but who is noticeably absent? Once again, Atlas. We see no sign of Atlas enjoying this splash pad with his siblings. Where is he? Then she does a photo shoot with the children. And again, no Atlas. We see the girls and Moneymaker Manova, but no Atlas. And what are they playing with? Protein powder. Now, how much did you pay for this protein powder? Another reason Drew would not have the $50. Protein powder for these kids for sensory play to throw up in the air, breathe, which is no good for them, and a little Moneymaker has got it smeared across her face, inhaling this protein powder. And this is a child with noted seizures, and we're letting her inhale protein powder in the name of sensory play? Come on now. What are you doing, Stephanie? What are you doing? And we're still wasting money on walking to the Chevron, getting coffee and slushies. Of course, quite the necessity. And there's, going back to the splash pad, there's free splash pads in the area. And I live in the Midwest, right? And we've seen a day that maybe hit 80, highest 82, maybe 83 degrees here. Stephanie lives in Portland, which is above me, north. The temperatures are cooler north, warmer south, cooler north. So I could not see that there was a hot enough day for a splash pad. Oh, and let's not forget the new air conditioning unit they bought for the hotel, because the one there just doesn't cool them off. Now that I can kind of see having to not purchasing this air conditioner, no. Because, all these videos she's talking now about how she's saving money for housing. Where? I don't see any money saving. But I mean, I don't imagine you can't open the windows in this shelter, so it probably does get hot in there. Then we've also seen Stephanie admit, it shows her making these chorizo tacos. And she admits to having the 3 older children watch the 2 youngest outside playing. One of the girls comes and asks her, where's Atlas? Atlas is not in here? Stephanie clearly says, no, go find him. No urgency in her voice, no, oh, let's find him. No, nothing. She turns around, continues to cook, burps, and picks a wedgie. No concern at all for Atlas. Thank God he was fine, and the girls must have found him. But she claims, okay, that she has these kids watch the two younger ones. Now, mind you, she's having, what, 10, 9, 8-year-olds watching a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. The 3-year-old is supposedly autistic and nonverbal. So, he could run off, he can just disappear. This is what's happened with autistic kids. When she claims she's checking on them every 3 minutes or so. 3 minutes is a long time. She's admitted this is a sketchy area, and she's leaving her children outside with no supervision. 3 minutes. Does she not know what can happen in 3 minutes? Let's ask her husband, Jeremiah Thompson, what he managed to do in 3 minutes. But Stephanie doesn't seem to see any danger. No. Just, who cares? And I don't even know what she's got posted on FB now, but some long rant about happy couples, and I couldn't even stomach to read it. I'm so disgusted with this woman at this point. I mean, you're leaving a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old in the care of elementary age school children in a known sketchy area where there was just a raid, so we can only assume that raid was for substances. So we can imagine what's going on in this area. And she thinks it is okay, 3 minutes, unsupervised. When, like I said, her husband, Mr. Jeremiah Thompson, was able to abduct a child in less, convince a child in less than 3 minutes to get in the vehicle with him. And let's just say, he is a registered SO, so we can imagine what happened there. Disgusting. And she still has these children. I don't understand it. And so back to Drew, my whole point here was, no wonder he doesn't have any money. They can't save any money. They've got to smoke, buy air conditioners, buy splash pads. When there's free ones they could utilize in the area. We have to buy coffees daily, slushies, energy drinks. Things that are more important than housing for your children. At this point, I truly, I don't like to believe that anybody's a lost cause, but I really believe this woman is a lost cause. I believe it is going to take something horrible happening for her to wake up and get her children out of this shelter. She's already admitted she had somewhere to go with the children, but she wants to stay with Drew because he's more important, apparently, than her children. I don't know. But so Stephanie wanted Drew to make it clear that Desiree did not spend $50 on an Uber to come pick up Deshawn. She sent somebody to pick him up from Drew's care. Now, why this had to be addressed, I don't know. Because actually, Drew, Stephanie, y'all made yourself look even worse. You're supposed to be saving, and you did not have $50. So that tells us you have zero savings towards a home for your children. You should be ashamed. And you did not have $50 for transportation for your son. Disgusting. How are we going to get out of this shelter if we can't even save up a mere $50? Something to think on. Let me know your thoughts.